I have a long connection with Wayne State University. My first encounter was for my master's degree. Then I enrolled in the PhD in nursing program. I began to teach in the College of Nursing. I was in the college for 39 years. Three critical issues in my life that moved me to, and my husband, towards starting this scholarship. The first one was when I was in high school. I had a chance encounter with a recruiter, and that recruiter, because I was sitting in the counseling office, offered me a tuition scholarship. I came from a family that did not have a lot of money. Neither of my parents had attended college, and so that scholarship meant the world. It was a lifeline for me to go to college. I truly loved every second of my nursing career because of the breadth and depth of opportunities that were available there. I was able to accomplish a lot in terms of research, publications, teaching, clinical practice. Those made me look even more at offering a scholarship so other students could have the same experience in the future. My family is a die-hard Wayne State University family. My husband's degree is from here, our two children's degrees are from here, we have other family members, and so we really believe dearly in the academics and the superior education that individuals receive at Wayne State University. It's a way of giving back so that others could benefit from what we had experienced through our very long careers. I've met so many outstanding undergraduate students that just make your heart glow. They're just outstanding individuals who sometimes you wonder how they accomplish so much. So being able to give that small amount of funding was a hope that it would help them a little bit. My hopes for students going into nursing are several. I hope that they take time to explore the field and select a niche, but at the same time not be afraid to change the focus of a career. I also hope that they look at education as a lifelong process, and to always remember their family and friends and colleagues, as well as the community. Individuals who graduate from the College of Nursing truly are leaders, and that leadership will show throughout their nursing career.
Kathy and I started the scholarship. We had worked together for many years, and we just decided that it would be nice to fund a scholarship, and we felt that we had been privileged to have our education paid for, and we would like to help others. And we don't have kids, neither one of us do, so we decided we would fund the scholarship. We hoped that it would help a student complete their education and maybe work a few less hours and give them time to study that they wouldn't have. We would have students come in and they'd been working until midnight the night before, and then they had to be in clinical at 6:30 the next morning, and they were exhausted. We did see definite need. To the students directly, I'd say just plug away, keep at it, you'll get there. It's a great profession, and there's just so many areas that you can work in that I think everybody could find a niche that they fit into and like. And other donors, we have an impact. It does make a difference.
Our youngest daughter, Maggie, was interested in becoming a nurse, and she just loved the CD2 program here at Wayne State. And so she applied and she was accepted, and she was just so ecstatic.
She loved a challenge, and that was another success for her. For her, this is going to be fun.
This was her dream, to be here at Wayne State, to be a nurse, to care for other individuals.
So she got accepted in early June, and she passed. She was in a one-car accident. She passed on June 29th. For us, how do we keep her love alive and share that with other people?
So that's how he came to know Wayne State through Maggie and becoming involved in the scholarship.
And it's grown, you know, the relationship with Wayne State and with the recipients, it's grown beyond our expectations. Boy, we surely feel part of the Wayne State family.
And it is something that will go on for the rest of our lives and for the rest of our children's lives. It's part of who we are. It's Maggie for us. So we've just felt that all of our recipients have even been handpicked, not just by the school, but by God. So, and by Maggie. To be able to carry Maggie on this way, it keeps her so close in our hearts, and it brings the students along with her. This is a very beautiful way to help out. There's always regular life to deal with. And if there's something, no matter how small, it's a huge asset in relieving other responsibility. And that's the feedback we've gotten. You know, sometime you might be laying in a bed somewhere moaning and groaning because you're aching, and the nurse that comes in will have been a Wayne State graduate, and I will have lots of comfort from that.
Rather than just having, you know, one Maggie out there now, we have a bunch of Maggies out there now.
That's a gift for us, and we're happy to be able to do that. And we appreciate that the students and the staff, everyone, is giving their gifts in whatever ways they can, and we all benefit.
I've always wanted to work with people, just like being in the hospital, communicating, advocating for my patients, and being hands-on with my skills. I've always been more of like a science, biology, and like math person, so I knew it was something medical. And one time my mom was hospitalized because she was hemorrhaging after having my little brother, and like the nurses there were really helpful. And I was like in high school, and I didn't know like what I wanted to be then. But when I saw the nurses there helping my mom, that really touched my heart. Like, I want to be like that nurse one day. I currently work in the OB floor at Henry Ford West Bloomfield as an extern. I have learned a lot. Like, I'm so happy to be like an extern there, working one-on-one with the nurses and like realizing, oh, this is like what nursing really is. So I'm like a first generation college student. Like, none of my family, we were immigrants, and they've always, like, my parents worked really hard, and I always get teary talking about this. I was 9 when I moved here, and my parents always wanted more opportunities for the kids, and they really gave me the motivation to, like, you know, work hard in school and further my career and do something that I'm passionate for. But I'm really thankful because the scholarship overall have like lessened my financial burden on our family, so I'm really appreciative of that. It like may be like a small thing for them, but for us it's like such a big impact. Like, for example, like giving this scholarship, I'm able to like work a little less this semester and focus on school and possibly like, you know, get a better grade or like focus on my family, like more family time. Just like more of like that time rather than constant work and school and then be really stressed and overwhelmed. So I'm really thankful for that and just like feel a little bit more financially free. I feel like I'm so ready to get out there and like be the best nurse as I can. So I really look forward to be out there and I'm just ready.
I chose nursing as a career because I always wanted to help people. I grew up with a sick father and I was kind of tending to him while I was in high school, middle school, and so on. And I really like enjoyed helping him with wounds and like getting him better. I was able to make like a lot of friends in the program because we're all studying to do the same thing. We all want each other to succeed and pass. I just like the closeness and the diversity of Wayne State. For nursing specifically, I like that every patient has a different story. I like that you would always be helping people, you'd always have a job, you'd always be like an interesting part of someone's day or like maybe the brightest part of someone's day. My opportunity that I want to take is to teach at Wayne State or teach at a university level, because all these years of schooling, that's one of the main components of why I went to school, was to teach. The possibilities are endless. Most challenging is trying to find your own way to succeed in time management. It's hard to do working full-time, going to grad school, and trying to live your life. Discovering who you are is the most challenging. It only took me 27 years. Scholarship has made a tremendous impact on my education because it allows me to worry less on my everyday life and focus on studying. Scholarships are the best thing ever because somebody actually wants to support your ideas and your decisions. It's a confidence boost and a little bit of anxiety, but I work well with anxiety, so it's a little bit of both for me. Through all the hard work and commitment, I'm just really glad that we're towards the end. Thank you for believing in me.
I graduated from Wayne State University with my bachelor's degree in journalism. It was after I got married and I became a mother that I decided I really wanted to go into nursing. I became really passionate about maternal health and infant health, and also just the racial health disparities. I just really wanted to help and make a difference. Just with me going back to school and the program being accelerated, having a husband, 3 kids, it has been like a huge transition on all of us, and I'm really grateful to have a great support system. I do wake up at 2 a.m. to study because that is the only time that my house is quiet, at 2 a.m. It's just something that's in me. I want to be the best that I can be. Also, I just want to be an example for my children. They don't have any limitations. I don't have any limitations. Me having a family is not a limitation at all, and I want to be able to be a living example of that. Being that I'm getting a second bachelor's degree, I no longer had the grants that, students who go to undergrad typically get. So I had 0 grants, I only had loans, and I didn't have enough loans to cover the entire semesters. And I had to pay that out of pocket, and that was something that was very, it's very hard on us, very difficult. And that was actually all the savings that I had left. And so this semester I would have actually had no additional money. It was one of those things, okay, how exactly am I gonna pay for the last semester? I can't go all the way to this point and just not be able to pay for it. So I did apply for scholarships, I think in March. So I was actually able to pay for this entire semester without paying, without using loans. And that was the first time that I was able to do that. It's very hard getting to where I am and making all the sacrifices that I've made for things to just come to a halt. I don't say it lightly that I wouldn't be able to do it without them. So right now I'm gonna accomplish my really big goal, and I'm just really excited to what I have in store for myself.
I love that I'm a neonatal nurse practitioner. I'm currently working part-time as an NNP, and I'm a mom, and I'm as a full-time DNP student. It's been a journey, and it will continue to be a journey, but it's one that I really like that my kids are able to kind of see me going through this and pursuing education and advancing my career, and knowing that if you're willing to put in the work, you're able to do it. So ideally, I see myself always working at the bedside and being a clinical neonatal nurse practitioner, because that's truly where my heart lies and where my passion is. I'm blessed every day with seeing a miracle happen, whether it's the miracle of life through delivery, whether it's a baby who's been sick and is able to have a good day or turn around. I'm able to be pretty autonomous in my role. I'm blessed every day to walk into my clinical job, and it has changed me forever. I'm gonna cry. One thing that's also been very important to me in the clinical setting, and why it kind of led me to being a neonatal nurse practitioner, is I am a Christian, so being able to care for the least of these, and they're the most vulnerable patient population that exists, but also they're the most resilient and they're the biggest fighters. It's truly a blessing to walk in and be able to care for preterm babies every day. We just welcomed preterm twins actually in February. Knowing that I was actually chosen as a scholarship recipient, I was kind of taken aback. So to take that financial burden off of us for this coming up this year has been a huge relief. So if we didn't have the scholarship support, my husband and I actually considered me deferring for a year, but because of the scholarship, I'm actually able to carry through, and then I'm able to graduate in the fall of 2022. It's much appreciated, and we are eternally grateful for this opportunity, really, because it's going to be setting up me to have the life that I want professionally, but also the life that I want personally as well.